Hey guys, Kev here, and I got some CJRBs to show you. So I owe CJRB and Artisan some videos. I've had these here for months, and I just have not gotten to them. So it is time to crack into them. CJRB time. All right, I got 3 folders and a fixed blade. Let's check out this fixed blade first. It's got a dope wood handle. And this is what I'm talking about right here, guys. If you saw my recent Kaiser Vanguard video, you will know that I want them to ship some of their small fixed blades with the loops. Absolutely appreciate this from CJRB. Obviously a triple stripe knives design. You can see his logo there, but it looks like one. This is in AR RPM 9. It's the J1958. Really nice wood handle. I mean, that feels fantastic. Contoured. Got some pivots basically through there. Chicago screwed. Lanyard pin there. Nice little poon spoon here for your thumb. Looks like we have a machine satin finish on there. Here is that sheath. Very nice. You get the little buckles or buttons, whatever. So you can drop that on your belt like it's hot. This is the Mutt. So it's the Mutt in sand polish, sorry. AR RPM 9 with black G10. Obviously I put the wrong lid on. I had 2 of these. They sent me 2, but I went ahead and passed some of the duplicates I had around a while ago because I knew it was going to take me a while to get to these, and I didn't want to just, leave them hanging. So I did send around some of the duplicates, but this is the Mutt. I kept the wood one because I thought it looked the nicest, and it does. It's very nice. Great job on that, CJRB. This one is the Nanner. Makes me hungry. I kind of want a banana now. Let's check this out. What this be looking like? What this be looking like? Oh, okay. It's a wild one. She's a wild one. All right. We have a front flipper, we have thumb studs, and a crossbar lock. Very lightweight. Whoops. Very lightweight, very thin. G10 handles, little anodized, I think aluminum on the back spacer here. And then you have a loop over steel pocket clip, I assume. Steel pocket clip that comes up past the handle. Usually I don't like that aesthetically, not a fan of that, but this knife is a little bit wild to begin with. Ooh. Feel that again. Oh yeah. That feels great. They nailed it on the spring there. Let's see, are they also doing a multiple setting type situation like everybody else these days? Nope. They just made the knife the way it should be made and then went with that. Good for them. Good for them. By the way, if you're looking for a really good flashlight, check out the Exceed Designs Rampant. This is the R4. They also have an R8 that has a bigger battery. This is a AA size 14500 rechargeable battery, and the R8 is a 18650. Fantastic flashlight for the price, guys. This one all set up the way it is, it was like 160 bucks or something. I have a reflector in there. I have bronze, titanium, anode hardware, or sorry, accents clip, and the button here, and the button up here. And I have a D-domed 519A emitter as well, and it was like under 200 bucks. Absolutely amazing. Just saying, if you've been shopping for a titanium flashlight, look no further than the Rampant. I do have a link for it in my Rampant video. Check that out if you're interested. Let's check out this front flipper. Yeah, it kind of works. I mean, it works. It's just kind of awkward. Let me try it right-handed so I have the clip to grab. Yeah, I can get it, but it's a little awkward. I'm not really a big fan of front flippers or back flippers on a crossbar lock. Honestly, I feel like a crossbar lock is just meant to have thumb studs and maybe a hole if, they dial it right. This does kind of work. You can see how it just like dipped down the balance there. It's just a weird fucking knife. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Is it cool? Yeah, it is kind of cool. Is this a Nick Swan design? It has a little swan there. That's why I'm guessing that. Could be wrong. But it does have a choil right here. And then it's essentially a Persian style blade. It's kind of like a reverse karambit. So, you know, it's not for me personally. I don't know if you're meant to do any of this kind of stuff, but yeah, it's a little bit just weird. But it also feels well put together. The G10 feels really good. I like that they have nested everything here. We don't have proud liners and all that kind of shit going on. Clip looks nice. Yeah, we're rocking AR RPM 9 again, right? Yep. So, very cool. I'll put a link to these knives in the description. This is the J1955 if you're looking for it. I'll link it wherever I can as well. Use those links, it helps the channel. This one is the Bolt. If I remember correctly, I think I like this one. Yeah, this one was the sort of bug-out-y type one. It's black G10 with orange. You got some kind of milling here on the handle. Obviously, it's got bug-out vibes, right? But it has their recoil lock. I think this is the, are they calling it the V2? Recoil lock V2. Just flies out of there, guys. So you can pull down on this and flip it out like a shark lock. It's basically the same concept as a shark lock, except it has crossbar tabs on the sides, which I think is actually cooler, to be honest. Now that they've toned it down a little bit, my biggest issue with the recoil lock originally was it was just kind of like all up in your face and ugly as fuck. This is toned down. It kind of just looks like a flipper tab here. And then you have a nice lock. The spring tension is really good on these. I like that. And, you know, you have the stud tight to the frame, tight to the pivot, so you're going to get the good flick, just like on the Nanner. The Nanner has an excellent flick as well. You can reverse flick this, obviously, if you do it right. I'm always on the crossbar thing. That's why I don't like these type of spring locks, really, because I'm always like worrying about where my hands and fingers are and shit. Matches my get up a little bit. Check it out. Got a new Apple Watch. I got the Ultra 3. Hell yeah, dude. Look at that shit right there. Look at that shit right there. As my buddy Ray would say, I be dripping. I be dripping. Sorry. Yeah, drop point blade, just very EDC friendly knife right here, the Bolt. I believe it's an in-house design. You're looking at AR RPM 9 again, the J1960 on this one. This is just a very unoffensive knife design, if you know what I mean. It's not like trying to break any, you know, it's not trying to do anything crazy. It's just trying to be a knife with a new upgraded recoil lock, you know? And it does a great job. So, yeah, that's the Bolt. I'm going to shut up now about that one. All right. Next up, we have the Glacier. And this one's sand polished AR RPM 9. Stonewash steel and wood handle. Interesting. Steel and wood handle. Oh, it's one of these. Okay. I will be upfront with you. I really do not like this style of knife that they've been doing. Oh my God, look at this thing. I don't even know if I looked at this one. It's just, I just don't like this setup, to be honest. Here, let me show you the one that I really despise. This one. I have it here for some reason. Why do I have it here? I don't know. It's locked. It's got this stupid secondary lock. This one actually looks pretty good, but I just don't like this lock. It's a button lock, but it's kind of like a pivot lock, and then they have this secondary lock that you can easily fail. I don't know. Kind of feels like a Boker to me. But for some reason I have it in my case over there. this one, the Glacier, is kind of a longer, stretched out version. It's kind of like the Buck 110 of the... But you know what? They did switch it up. Like, they put the button back in the normal position. They got rid of the extra lock. So I think they listened. So I got to give them credit for that. And again, I will say, these studs, man, they freaking blast out of there. Really, really nice. Thin stock. The one thing that Artisan / CJRB is the absolute king of, like to me, their hallmark is how thin they make their knives. Nobody, I repeat, nobody makes pocket knives as thin as Artisan Cutlery / CJRB. You know, usually when you're trying to get something made, like OEM status or whatever, there's always a restraint when it comes to, a restriction when it comes to how thin you can go, right? Like I want a liner lock with titanium liners, and I want it to be like 0.4 inches thick, right? Where the average knife is probably 0.5, right? Half an inch thick, okay? I would say, what we classify as a good thickness knife, in my opinion, is like 0.45 to 0.48. That's the range that I like personally, with some contouring, right? You can go a little thinner and it's fine. You can go a little thicker sometimes and it's fine if the contouring is beefed up, right? Whatever. But that's the range I like. And I think that's probably the most common range, is like 0.45 up to 0.55, something like that. Well, Artisan Cutlery routinely is in the 0.4 area. And they really just go thin on their knives. And they have no qualms about it. Like, they're not worried about it being structurally sound or whatever. Like, take a look at Dylan Mallory's line of designs with them. Or take a look at his OEM knives, the Mallory Forest V2. Look at that knife. I don't think you'll find another production folding knife that has been OEM like that is that thin with the construction that it has. It's just unusual to find. Artisan is just really good at going thin. That's basically the point I'm trying to make. Sorry. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool. So I take it back. I went on a little rant there talking shit, but earlier. But I do like this. That stud really is nice. I like that they have two studs. They had one knife where they just did one, and I was like, God darn it. Pretty straight knife, but it's a drop point. Comfortable in the hand. Just a big blade. I mean, it's probably a 4-inch blade. So, very cool stuff from CJRB, sorry. So I will put links in the description. I'll pin those in the comments as well. Please use those if you're going to pick one up. Of course, it's always your choice. Helps the channel, though. And I, of course, appreciate that. Triple stripe with another beautiful design here. Collaboration. The Nanner from that person who I think is not Nick Swan. I think it's somebody else, and I always mix them up. But what am I supposed to think, you know? You have the Bolt, which I think is a really nice showcase of the updated recoil lock. I don't know why this lock does not get more play. People go bonkers over the Shark lock. This lock, in my opinion, set up like this is better than the Shark lock because it's actually got a detent. Like, it feels like a detent. The Shark lock just doesn't. And then, of course, you have the Glacier here. So let me know which one's your favorite in the comments. I always appreciate that. And I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Shout out to CJRB. Thank you for sending these my way. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.